Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers. I'm here again with another blockbuster. And according to this message, you look at the headline: Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria. Shetima, defense minister, meets Finland's president, persuading him to repatriate Simon Ekpa, or rather, hand Simon Ekpa over to them. Look at the meeting. I call this one gathering of the vultures. You want to meet a prime minister of a country or president of a country to discuss the issues of a Christian. And there's no any Christian person that you people find worthy to be in your midst. That means you people have an ulterior motive. And I'm very sure that Alex Stoop won't stoop so low to listen to you vultures. What do they call him? Atiku Bagudu, Yusuf Tuga, the vice president of the Boko Haram, or rather president of the Boko Haram and vice president of the zoo, Adesedu Shetima. And one other guy who went to this meeting, they just went there to disgrace themselves because these guys saw them as never do well. Anyway, I would like you to just listen to this video. Like it, share it, comment on it, and make sure you subscribe to this channel for more interesting videos. This video is coming from News Post. You see, he is my guy and we are in collaboration with him. So I will always like to bring his videos to my own platform, at least for people to also listen to his own analytics. So I would not like to take much of your time. After listening to the video, then we are going to dissect the comment section to know exactly what our people think concerning this matter. Ngwa, let us go there, please. There's no time to tell time.
The best place for a Biafran activist that is seeking asylum, the best place that a Biafran activist or agitator seeking asylum should be Finland. That is why you see Simon Ekpa seems untouchable despite the threats by Ohanese, threats by the government, and attempts, according to the allegations, to take him away from Finland and bring him back to Nigeria, because the guy, he did disturb them too much for Nigeria with this Biafra of a thing. So I saw a picture. I got a report, and that report we saw the president of Finland, Alexander Stubb, with the vice president and a defense minister,
yes,
state defense minister. All of them had a meeting with Finland's president.
Yes.
This is one of the most iconic photos I've seen for a very long time. The Nigerian delegation, these are all Hausa Fulani speaking delegation, meeting with Finland president. And you know what we make of pictures. Look at the countenance of the Finland president. It is assumed that he's disgusted with their presence, knowing the history that Finland has with getting their independence, similar to that of the Biafran people. That is why it is much more safer so far as a Biafran agitator, asylum seeker, to stay in Finland. Attempts to extradite Simon Ekpa is intensive. People are getting to great lengths. People are getting to great lengths. I believe that this meeting should be in Finland, not the president coming to Nigeria, because if the president of Finland were to be coming to Nigeria, the news will have been like a viral news. Everybody will have known that the president is coming. I believe this is a meeting with the Finland president in Finland. I believe so. I'm not sure of that information. I believe so. And when you look at their faces, you see that somebody is not happy that these guys are taking us pictures. This should be a private meeting. The media houses, Nigerian media houses, are not aware of this, because when you look at the reports, you don't really get reports from the Nigerian media houses on this visit or this meeting between the vice president and Alexander Stubb, the president of Finland. And looking at this, you know that Simon Ekpa is one of the main targets of the Nigerian government. Alleged crimes in the southeast, alleged crimes, whatever insecurity that is going on, it is attributed to Simon Ekpa Alice Boys, most times Oyedepo has come out to say that I take responsibility of what is happening in the southeast. There was an armed robbery and kidnapping gang that was apprehended by the police. The PPRO of Imo State, Okoye, came out to say that this kidnapping and armed robbery gang, they are IPOB/ESN. When he said that, so there were responses, reactions. They asked him, Moga, why is it that everything that happens in the southeast you attribute it to IPOB and ESN? Why don't you call these guys kidnappers? Why would you want to tag this group that has come out, this revolutionary group that has come out, to distinctively identify the Igbos and create a path for them that will be beneficial to them, irrespective of the fact that they may have flaws, they are human beings, but getting them this consciousness, because now they kind of started this consciousness of the 21st century. We all started becoming conscious of the fact that we need to think back home. Some of us were not really into the Biafra of the thing. We were like looking at how we can make Nigeria better. But when Nnamdi Kanu came up, we saw the need. We had to regurgitate and think very well. And we saw that there's a need for us to create a system that works for everybody. So, this police PPRO tagging these people IPOB ESN, we are asking these questions. Why is it that every crime, everybody that is, every allegation, you just have to put the IPOB and ESN? It may be the handiwork of Opus or Dimma, because these Igbo leaders, they are not progressives. Igbo progressives, the Igbo nation, the Biafra, they're not progressives when it comes to Biafra matter. Almost all the leaders, all Igbo leaders, they're not, even Puchobi is not Biafra progressive. These guys are all after how they can maintain their status in the Nigerian system, which benefits them. And I will tell you for free that the main problem we are facing in Nigeria today might not really be whether it is Oduduwa, Arewa, or Biafra. No, the main problem is a class system. Class. When you look at the issue of Biafra, the other people who are not elites are the ones clamoring for a change in the system. Why the Igbo elites are less concerned about the Biafran. Most majority of the Igbo elite are less concerned about the new system that is going to create a breathing space for Southeasterners, for Biafrans, for Igbos. They are less concerned about that. So it is a class system. The upper class are much more concerned on how they will consolidate their wealth, their position, their status in current Nigeria. That is why an Ohanese will call for the head of a Simon Ekpa. With all these top guys, these elites, they are manipulative. These guys, highly, especially politicians, highly manipulative. We don't know which is true. They are true to corruption. They are true to money. They serve money as their god. There is no ideology whatsoever. There is no morality with Nigerian politicians when you look at them very well. So, and Ohanese calling for the head of Isamonegba tells you a lot about the class society we belong to. And let me tell you for free, even if Nigeria splits and we have these different nationalities, whether 6 geopolitical zones have their different countries, the class society will be reflected in most, or even in Biafra, there will be a class thing. The rich and poor. That is it. In Oduduwa, there will be a class thing. It is one of the biggest problem we have in Nigeria today. The top guys at the echelon are the ones calling the shots, and they don't want the system, the country to change. They don't want it to change so that they will continue impoverishing the other guys at the lower echelon. That's why in P2B with his policies, which will affect the top guys, they make sure that they do all they can. They do all they can to stop a P2B. That's why the top guys, the elites, with their silence and backyard actions, what they do at the back, they make sure that they held down Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And now even the lawyer is saying that we are afraid that we might not see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again. Because when a justice recuses herself, a judge recuses herself from a case, that means if there is no other date that is going to appear in court, you wait until another judge gets interested in that case. Okay, stylishly, they are going to put him behind bars, and he's going to be behind bars stylishly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years until somebody comes to pick up that case. So the lawyer is crying out that we might not see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again. So it is a class thing, the rich and the poor. The rich are not complaining about Nigeria today because they have all the wherewithal, the connections. They are not the people that are bearing the brunt, are the poor people. So it's a class thing. It's a class thing. The government, the top guys, the top Igbo politicians I'm talking about, they are not concerned about a Biafran state as the other people. The people at the lower Keda. They are all concerned that let Nigeria remain like this, whereby they will gain from the system. These guys are getting from the system. If you look at NNPC jobs, everybody has a slot. In the army, your traditional ruler, those guys at the top, they have a slot. They have a share in Nigeria. They share it in Nigeria. Employment opportunities in Abuja, they share it amongst all these guys that are in the House of Rep, Senate and everything. They share it, the quota. The only thing Tinubu does is that he puts his people at the top. So everybody has a quota. So these top guys, they are benefiting from the rot, the corruption in Nigeria. I'm not diverting. I'm trying to make us understand that the reason why they are desperate about it is capturing some is because Biafra ideology is going to destroy this system that whereby it is only the top guys that gain while the people suffer and are dying because of hunger. I saw some messages on Twitter which one of them I spoke about it. Somebody that is going to volunteer himself to become a suicide bomber, to go into Asorok and commit and just destroy himself and some other people. So one other young man, I don't want to put that tweet here. The young man said by 11 p.m. he's going to end everything. And I saw a sniper. He had to publish it. These are the poor people that are suffering. When I'm calling for regionalism, restructuring, amendment of constitution, see, whatever that can make sure the people get the dividends of democracy, the real true democracy. That's what I'm in for. The government has left all it could do to secure the Southeast. You are going for a Samonegba. Even you are captured in a picture having a meeting with the president of Finland. Okay, are you asking the Finland president to bring back the Samonegba? Sponsor for Boko Haram that Saudi government did its own investigation, helped you with investigation, and gave you names of sponsors of Boko Haram that is destroying the north. All of these guys are northerners. If not, the vice president is Kanuri, others Fulani. This country, Saudi Arabia, without you going there to visit their president, they collected names and gave you, these are the sponsors of Boko Haram. You people swept it under the carpet. I know the Finland president looked at this, but these people are not serious. We have intel that you people are sponsoring Boko Haram. You people are know the sponsors of Boko Haram. People are silent when it comes to those that are sponsoring terrorism in the north. They are coming to ask for somebody that is fighting for his country, so that is agitating for his country. See, the Nigerian government usually push protesters and agitators to the wall, that at the end of the day, they pick up arms to defend themselves. Look at what happened with Boko Haram. The certain Yusuf, the leader, how he was murdered under in police custody. He was murdered under police protection. That's why you see Boko Haram have got into another thing entirely. The IPOB were just protesting with placards and no weapon, no nothing. To the extent that almost 100 persons were killed protesting with placards. Imagine, almost 100 persons were killed because of the Nigerian government handling situations like this. If there is any insecurity in Nigeria, hold the Nigerian government responsible. Abacha said it 24 hours. If insecurity persists, the government has a hand in it. And he knows what he's saying. You push people to the wall. Now it is the turn of protesters. Protesters are protesting peacefully. Look at the NSAS. The reports we have there, government-sponsored talks. So the government is creating a crisis, and you want to go and meet a Finland government to help you bring somebody. You created a crisis. Your government created a crisis that made this person started. I told you before that Nnamdi Kanu was fighting for one Nigeria before he switched. Wazirike was fighting for one Nigeria before he switched. Ojukwu stopped Adakaburu from becoming Niger Delta country. He was the first person agitating for a different country, Adakaburu. Ojukwu was fighting on behalf of Nigeria before he switched. You created a system that is anti-people, and the people are giving you back what you have been giving them over the years. The people are responding in likewise manner, and you are going to meet the government of Finland to expatriate. If you succeed, I hope you understand, I know, that an ideology cannot be defeated. Let's understand, let's bring that to the table, and let's conclude on that. And let me assure you, the Finland government would not give up Samanaipa, because when you look at their history, they understand the pains that the Biafrans are going through at the moment, or when they fought the Civil War. Like I said, Finland might be the safest place a Biafran agitator might go to and be safe. Here in Nigeria, nobody wants to hear IPOB, ASN. They will hear it by force. Nobody wants to hear it, but you want people to hear Oduduwa. The other time, the Southwest APC had a meeting, I think in Lagos, and they sang the Yoruba Nation national anthem. Hear what I've said. Yoruba Nation anthem. Ondo State Governor, Akeredolu, a revolutionary. This is somebody that, sent Tinubu had to just make peace with him. He got married to an Igbo woman, and he has that blood of revolutionary. He created the Amoteku. This is somebody that that he knows where he needs to stand. You don't dialogue with terrorists, the Fulani terrorists. You don't dialogue with them at all. You don't never dialogue with them. This is one person that stood his ground. So you don't want to hear about IPOB, but you are singing an Oduduwa, your anthem. In the meeting, don't have the Nigerian national anthem. So what are you trying to say? Arewa Consultative Forum. Arewa is people calling for their own country. Nonetheless, you knew that Biafra once existed as a country. Well, you people know what I'm doing. I don't need to even lecture you or tell you or inform you of whether you need to accept an IPOB, because it is a plan. It is a gang up. This gang up have been there for years. The old wounds were resurrected when P2B decided to become president. People were saying, Igbo people are not cooperative. You see, they bring different candidates for presidency. They bring this, they bring that, they bring this, they bring that. They should present one person, then they will know that they are serious as a region. They presented P2B. P2B run them streets. P2B became one of the most popular politicians. Those people that were advising you, and you need to get a candidate that fully support, are complaining, are saying all sorts of things against Obi, to discredit Obi, to denigrate Obi. These are the people we live with. We live with people that don't want you. They believe that they were believing that no Igbo, the Igbos can never come together to have a consensus. But they were surprised at the Igbos never had a consensus with P2B. Some IPOB agitators were against the P2B. But yet, these other guys who don't want to hear anything. You see, we are living with people that down there, they don't feel fine. There are very few of them, but they are loud and outspoken. Not very few of them. But you know one thing, you see, who God has blessed, no man can cause. See, that is the only thing that these people need to know. You cannot stop this ideology. You cannot stop. An average Igbo man is aggressive. An average Igbo man is resilient. An average Igbo man does not care. If he makes up his mind, he has made up his mind. So nothing. So the government should not waste resources that they can use to better the lives of Nigerians in looking for a Simon Ekpa. You don't waste the resources. You don't need those resources. Don't waste the resources. Don't waste it. There's no need for you to waste those resources. You need to fix what is going on in the country today. That's what you need. But for Simon Ekpa, you cannot get that guy. You cannot get that guy. You cannot. It is not. Is it Kenya? This is not Kenya. This is Scandinavian country. This they understand. But whatever. Let the fundamentalists, Islamic fundamentalists, push their agenda to go and bring back Sabanegba, and let's watch what happens. See, Nigeria would get to a point whereby the countries that are going to come out of it would be an example in Africa. The Oduduwa, the Biafra, the Arewa nation, they are going to be an example in Africa. When these countries come out of it, you now see that Africa will rise through Biafra, Oduduwa, and Arewa. Because these guys are unique. Let me give it to Nigeria as a country. The Igbos are unique. The Yorubas are unique. Hausas are unique. But they are not unique together. No. They will be unique when they are not together. When they are left to harness their inward potentials differently. The Fulani, I don't know what is their problem. I don't think the Fulani should be one of our major problems. But they have gone to fight Finland. Let's see how it goes. But just don't forget what God has blessed. Who God has blessed, no man can curse.
And that is the end of the video. Here are the comments. Atachi Buonu Toko say, Christian, you are on point. All good leaders are not for the citizens. All Igbo leaders are not for the citizens. And Biafran state at all. God will never allow them to have a breakthrough. Ometaraburu, God bless you for standing for the truth. At John Okebulu, it might be that the meeting is at New York at the United Nations General Assembly. Chima Wokoro says, now you are talking. Keep the good work going. Elohim Chukwu Okeabiama, we continue to bless you. Achijoke said, true talk. And according to Anthony Adini, who said Biafra is our last hope, no going back until Biafra comes. And according to this, our brother Joseph Bishop said, I don't understand why our son Mazi Ahmadike Nnamdi Kanu will be abandoned in the DSS cell for 4 years now. Through the extraordinary evil rendition from Kenya to Nigeria, and Ohaneze was said to be seeking the extradition of another Biafrans and Biafran Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko. What is really happening to Ndigbo this time around? This reminds me when Buhari government and his Python dance killed 28 Igbo innocent youths in Afara Uku in Omaya within a week. Of such killings and wasted of lives of an unarmed innocent Igbo youths. And the same so-called Igbo leaders invited Buhari and gave him an Igbo chieftaincy title. I'm yet to make sense of these Igbo leaders' actions until these days. What is happening to Ndigbo? I need an answers. If anyone can help me, then in that response or in that regard, we'll have a response. So Charles Abacha said, is it not the same thing that happened with Nyesom Wike and Southeast politicians? The Southeast politicians went to visit and encouraged Nyesom Wike after he killed thousands of young Igbo boys and girls. Had Michael Okpara, Akanu Biam, Nwafo Orizu, Mbano Ojike, and Dennis Osadebe had behaved like this bunch, Ndigbo had been extinct for long ago. Seri Joseph says, sorry, I understand your point or your direction. Sorry, you understand or you don't understand. Wahala. At Peter Chibeze said, we Biafrans are not scared of them. They are now crying because of woto they are receiving. Emeka Alozie said, remember that finance school children gave up their lunch money to buy food for Biafran children during the war. In the replies or in the response said, are you serious, my dear? I have seen that story once and also twice. At Chukwu Madibia said, this meeting was held during the United Nations meeting, and Omalita Fulani's meeting is dead on arrival. Oyoko said it is in USA. They met after the hunger. Betty Edge says Simon Ekpa said he takes a responsibility for protecting people of Southeast, not responsible for all the crimes in Southeast. Please be corrected. Thank you for calling out P2B. People clamor for him, but he is a politician and will do what will favor his class. At Malaki also said, why is Nigeria afraid of going to court in international court? Sue me. I know I was living for 7 months. We never do evil to Igbo man. Finland is the best on earth. Izuchukwu said, let him go to Finland. He will see Simon live. At Onyechukwu Mereze, why are people so dumb as to linking the impossible iPod with the EPA, the Finland-based retired pole dancer? Why? EPA is fighting for Biafra by killing Biafrans, and the world is keeping the records. His friend, Cho Ayaba, the leader of Amazonia, who EPA is doing woto is the code, which has been arrested by the Norwegian government for war crimes, and EPA knows that his days in court are fast approaching. Moving forward, Africa, Ezimaro said it was at the United Nations, not in Finland. Malaki also meeting in USA, not in Finland. And Uchechi Ekwe said it is Simon Ekpa, the cause of high cost of food insecurity in the northern part of the country. Christian, you are talking rubbish. Well, I love the video show. Anyway, my wonderful people, here we go take a break here. Please like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing to my channel for more interesting videos coming your way. My name is Sediman Amandia Neze. I'll be right back. My people.